Child man, this your Star Action News reporter, your hood reaction guru, your roving reporter, LCDAONE on the caboose. Um, Back with another reaction, man. And this one right here, man, is kind of, I don't know, man. I don't know how to call this right here, but I just listened to Stephen A. Smith giving his 2 cents in his opinion on the question that was asked to Steph Curry by Gilbert Arenas. Gilbert Arenas asked Steph Curry, do you think that he's the greatest point guard ever? And of course, you're gonna say, yeah, no. But he did mention Magic Johnson. He said, Magic Johnson, yeah, I think I'm the best point guard ever. Then Stephen A. Smith went in, gave his 2 cents in on it when they asked him the question. He pondered for a minute, and he was like, yeah, he thinks so too. But this is where I defer on that, man, because I mean, you gotta look at the different eras that they in too. You gotta take all that into consideration. Magic Johnson was really a point guard, man. Even when he came out of Michigan State, okay, battling Larry Bird and stuff too. He played his position, man. That was it. He was the passer first, and everything else second and third. All right. Steph Curry, on the other hand, is just a new style, new era. He shoot first before he pass. See, that changed the dimension of the point guard position. The point guard is supposed to facilitate and set up the offense. Okay. And if you get a good, great, like I got a good prime example. Now he gonna have Chris Paul on the team. Chris Paul is still in the old school style of like Magic Johnson. He passed first before he do anything else. So you're gonna see the contrast when he come off the bench or however they gonna play Chris Paul, because he was starting in Phoenix. So I think they probably gonna start now that Jordan Poole is not there. I mean, he wasn't even a starter, but now that he's not there, I would do this. I would start Chris Paul at the point guard. I would let Steph Curry play the shooting guard. Then you got you got Clay at the small forward, and it makes sense, man. You got Dre down there, and you can throw anybody else in there with that mix, and y'all got a team. Okay, y'all got a good solid starting five, a good big four. All right. Now, Stephen A. was talking about, yeah, okay, Steph Curry, him coming off screens and so forth and so on, that made him a little bit better than Magic Johnson. But Magic didn't have to come off no screens because he was the point guard. See, he's not a shooting guard. See, I ran the shooting guard position. I was at this size at Wendell Fields right here. I'm passing my school right now. I was an all-star shooting guard at Phillips right here. And at this size, like when I moved up to varsity, my coach, Chuck Frazier, he didn't know how to play me because when I was on the front side, I was the shooting guard. I started off as a power forward at 5'7", 5'8", because I was jumping high. That was the intangible I had. I was able to leap higher than everybody else, and I was dunking the ball. So my front side coach, his name was Madalou Golden, and he recognized my strength, so he put me at a power forward spot because he knew I could jump higher than people that probably was taller than me. Then once he found that I could shoot, then he put me at the shooting guard position at like 5'8" or whatever, because I was lighting it up. So when they moved me up to the varsity, of course I had to change my, how can I put it, not my style, but my gameplay, because Frazier, he wanted me to play point guard. I never ran the point guard position. I always was a shooting guard or a power forward. So when I get up there, he put me on the bench, but I was an all-star. I was the sixth man coming off the bench. I was an all-star coming off the bench. So I never missed a shot in the game. Made all my free throws, all that stuff. I shot 1,000% He was talking about Steph Curry and his percentage. He's shooting like 48.2% or 40 some percent from behind the 3-point arc, and he did that consistently for like how many years? No, this is 15 years in the league. But just go back all the way back in time when Mark Jackson hit the team. It was somebody else that hit the team before Mark Jackson. They kind of molded him into becoming like a shooting point guard. Okay, they had Monte Ellis. I remember it vividly, because Steph Curry didn't come in. He came out of Davidson. All right, in Cali. I mean, North Carolina. Okay, he came out of Davidson. Okay, he was recognized quick in North Carolina because he was considered the best shooter ever in college. Okay, well, college basketball, in that state. But still, he's supposed to be a point guard. At his size, NBA listed like 6 feet and up. You're a point guard. All right, I mean, with the exception of like Muggsy Bowles and Spud Webb. All right, a few others too that was undersized but played that position well. Avery Johnson. All right, those are true point guards. Okay, they pass first. They use they intangible with their speed. They fast. They short. And the rest is history. Now, Frazier tried to run me with the point guard, but it didn't work for me. Now, when we started running the triangle offense, that was the offense that Michael Jordan ran, the Chicago Bulls. And the diagram is, they pass it. The center gets the first option. He's the first option. If the center don't have anything, he kick out to the wing players, which is me or the small forward. I'm knocking the shot down because I'm jumping high as hell. The defender can't, I shoot, I release fast. So you can say I was a sharp. If play the video game, NBA 2K, I'm a sharp shooter. That's what I am. Dead eye sharp shooter. I can shoot deep range, all that stuff. Same thing Steph Curry do. But I'm not a point guard. So that was the issue that I had with Frazier. He wanted me to play point guard, but I was a shooting guard, man. If he would just let me play my position, like I've been saying for years, LeBron need to play his position. He's a small forward. Why is LeBron still trying to run the point guard? He got those skills, okay? Scottie Pippen, he was a point forward, but he need to run his position and then be successful. That's just the bottom line. He probably would have won about eight titles if he would just stuck to his position. He playing outside his position. He bringing the ball up, doing all the other stuff. He's supposed to be a small forward, a slasher, attacking the basket. Shooting guard is a shooting guard. Michael Jordan shooting guard, right? Now, Stephen A. Smith, man, he kind of insubordinate for this because he know he gonna get some flack behind this because he know Magic Johnson's the greatest point guard of all time. I mean, there's been a lot of good point guards that have came through the league. John Stockton, Pete Maravich, I can name a whole bunch of them. They Archibald, you know what I'm saying? But come on, Magic Johnson at 6'9", about 230, was destroying people just with passing the ball, man. He was getting people off. He made all his players around him look good, with the exception of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, because he was a center and he didn't need no help really. Just passing the ball, he gonna sky hook it on you all day. Now I know Stephen A. Smith, you see this video, it makes sense what I'm saying, man, because Magic Johnson was a real facilitator. He played that position to the T. Nobody played it better than him. And he was exciting, man. He was Showtime. It's Magic Johnson. Okay? Now, I love Steph Curry, but he's changed his style up. I mean, Steph Curry, he got a dribble guy. Like Kyrie Irving. That's what Steph Curry is. He a dribble guy. He was the first before Kyrie got into the league. Look at both of their games, their styles they play. Kyrie a dribble. He think pass first, but he gonna try to make it a good play out of the situation where he can keep the defender off balance because they don't know what he's gonna do because they know he can dribble, okay, and he can get in the lane. And when he get in the lane, he thinking to facilitate first before he shoot. That's the first option for him because he's a real point guard. Kyrie Irving. If I could pick between both of them, if I wanted to have run a team and who I want to be my point guard, I'm gonna pick Kyrie Irving. You know, I love Steph Curry, but I'm riding with Kyrie Irving now. You know, when Kyrie played with LeBron, that was a prime example. When Bron couldn't get it done, they put the ball in the hand of Kyrie Irving. He took over. All right, that was the bottom line. He just took over and got Bron that chip. He got Bron that chip. It was Irving that did that. Kyrie Irving that did that. All right, Steph Curry, he had Kevin Durant. He couldn't do it. He couldn't do it. They had to use. I mean, they did right by using a swing man. Okay, because his size, nobody could match up with him. He was too dominant. But you know, that just opened it up for Steph Curry and the rest of them because they had a dynamic swing man that can, you know, he was so big and dominant that nobody could stop him. He was a marksman. He could shoot too. He was a stretch big. At what 6'11", KD. But that's where we defer because Magic Johnson didn't have no. I mean, he had great players. He had Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, of course. But Steph Curry has inherited a lot. Great coaching. He had a bunch of players on this team. I'm talking about a bunch of players, elite all-star players in his runs that helped him get them chips like that. Because if he was on any other team, most of the players would be like, man, stop shooting that damn ball. Okay? Because you're not a shooting guard, man. You're a point guard. Okay? Pass the damn ball. That's the bottom line. You know, but it's a different era. You know, Stephen A. Smith, that's his opinion, but I defer on that, man. When they talk about the greatest point guard of all time, man, everybody and their mama knows Magic Johnson, man, straight up and down. The highlights, come on. It's all about your highlights. I broke it down like a fraction to a lot of my little young wolves at work. Anybody I talk to, that's why I bought my camera, my consumer camera. Now I got the YouTube camera. It's all about your highlight. That's what people gonna remember. Is your highlight. And if you look at Magic Johnson highlights, Steph Curry got some good highlights now, but majority of his highlights are shooting. Magic was passing the ball, man, which was very exciting the way he did it. And if you look at, I looked at an old retro video. I was like, damn, Magic was it. Him and Larry Bird. Larry Bird was doing the step over moves, all that stuff, man. It's like, they was just rare, man, like in their time, you know, and it's stuff that people had never seen before. Him, the three I'm gonna name are the three rarest players I have ever seen. Well, you could throw Cap in there too, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, and Larry Bird. They changed basketball, man. They style, the way they came in and did it was unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. And Steph Curry, he a great shooter. He changed it up, deep range. No doubt. But he had other players that was doing it before him too, that was shooting deep range. Just a lot of players that shot the ball well, but he just a point guard did it. Okay, because you could throw Gilbert Arenas in that equation too, because he was doing the same thing. So that's my opinion on that, man. I just had to comment on that, man, because hell no, man. Everybody know Magic Johnson the greatest of all time, and that's no cap for my rapper. I'm thinking about it, man. This should start asking me for your hood reaction, give you your road report on the caboose. Make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe. Turn on both post notifications with both channels, LCDAONE and LCDAONE Reacts. Alright, so y'all can get more of these dope thoughts from your boy. I'm out of here, church. God, go.